Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, the IHBK, and welcome to another episode of Nothing New Under the Sun. Right now, today we're gonna get into the hood, the ghetto, the projects. You know what I'm saying? Living in poverty, brothers and sisters piled on top of each other in hellish conditions in our communities. This is recorded in the Bible. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, every time we went against the Lord turned our living conditions into hell. You understand? We go against the Lord, and what do we get in return? We get the projects. You know what I'm saying? We get the hood. We get drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? We get the trap. We get brothers and sisters killing each other. Our sisters aborting their babies. You know what I'm saying? Black on black crime, violence. We get other nations in our communities setting up shop while we poor, you know what I'm saying? Less fortunate, impoverished, right? And tonight we're gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war. You understand? If you go against the Lord, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to go against you. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the enemies of the Lord. But we ain't talking about them. We talking about the children of Israel going against the Lord and us ending up in the projects, us ending up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Us naming our neighborhoods after brothers and sisters that we knew that got killed untimely or died from untimely deaths. You know what I'm saying? Us living in Magnolia projects, us living in O Block. You know what I'm saying? Brothers living in 85th Village out there in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Acorn, 69th Village. You know what I'm saying? The Jordan Downs projects, right? The Cabrini Greens before they tore them down. You know what I'm saying? Foster homes out there in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Marcy projects. You know what I'm saying? The Melphamine, right? All of these ghettos, these slums. This is recorded here in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter is a portion of the Bible that lets you know that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans fit these curses, thus us being the children of Israel. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all got any questions? You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'm gonna try to do a part 2 on this topic. But this topic is much needed to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and I'm gonna start at verse 15. And thou, Salakia, excuse me. One second, Baba Shah. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, right? This is Moses telling the children of Israel, this is going to happen if you do not listen to the voice of the Lord your God. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say this is the God of the Arabs, this is the God of the Hindus. He didn't say this is the God of the Caucasian man. He didn't say this is the God of East Indians. You know what I'm saying? This is not the God of Tongans, Samoans, Polynesians. You know what I'm saying? This is not the God of nobody but the children of Israel. This is no God for any other nation but blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? It says, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. The Lord said, man, look, through the mouth of Moses, you got law, statutes, and commandments that y'all have to live by as a people. You understand? And if you don't follow those law, statutes, and commandments, all these curses shall come upon thee. You understand? And I'm going to get into a couple of these curses because blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans as a whole, not every last sister and brother, you know what I'm saying? But as a whole, we've experienced the majority of these curses. You know what I'm saying? Verse 16, read on. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we the ones cursed in the city. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who on welfare. We the ones who strung out on drugs. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who impoverished. We the ones who are the so-called undesirables here in this empire that we live in. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who killing our babies to the tune of 350,000 abortions every year. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who getting murdered unjustly by these unlawful and racist and crooked police officers. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that's cursed in the city. We the ones that can't pay our rent. We live in the below of the poverty lines throughout these major cities in the US. You know what I'm saying? You got Manhattan, New York. You know what I'm saying? You got Midtown Manhattan, you know what I'm saying, with Wall Street. Wall Street is in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, if you go uptown to Manhattan, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go to Harlem. You're gonna go to Spanish Harlem, where brothers and sisters are strung out on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Gang violence is at an all-time high. You're gonna go to the Bronx, where they got this new wave of Bronx drill music. You know what I'm saying? Where brothers is rapping and singing and dancing about killing each other in their projects, in their neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? In the ghettos that they live in. You know what I'm saying? By design. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read that again. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters are getting pulled over by these racist police officers, you know what I'm saying? And having your cars taken because you trying to get to work, but you got a suspended license. And this is the only way that you can sustain your family and feed your family, by you driving on a suspended license, trying to get to work. You know what I'm saying? The children of Israel are cursed in all of these major cities. You know what I'm saying? Look at these big major sporting events that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans got to be the concession vendors at. You know what I'm saying? Getting paid pennies on the dollar. Meanwhile, the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he owns the stadium, the sports team, every contract. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers and sisters that's training with all they might, trying as hard as they can to get into this league. You know what I'm saying? And majority of our brothers and sisters don't even make it to the pros in any of these sports arenas. You know what I'm saying? Because we cursed in the city. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that's going to jail at disproportionate rates. We the ones that America has raped, robbed, and murdered, and used the resources that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have built up for America, so they can bring other nations over here and not care about the people that actually built this country. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we the ones that's cursed in the cities. You know what I'm saying? Throughout these cities, right? In Northern America, the so-called United States. You know what I'm saying? You got ICE agencies that's kicking in doors, taking brothers and sisters away from their children that been here for 20, 30, 40 years, you know what I'm saying? And they children being born in this land is left with no parents. You know what I'm saying? Because we the ones that's cursed in the cities. Reading on. And cursed shalt thou be in the field. And we the ones that's cursed in the field. You know what I'm saying? And the field today, this is talking about you having to go to work and build up Esau's kingdom by putting in hard labor. You know what I'm saying? When you just get pennies for your labor and you got to go to sleep and wake up all over to do it all over again just to live paycheck to paycheck. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we the ones that's cursed in the cities and in the field. Look at our brothers from the tribe of Issachar. You know what I'm saying? You got MS-13, the Nortes, the Serenos. You know what I'm saying? These brothers live in the hood and they killing each other and selling drugs just like the tribe of Judah, just like the tribe of Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of their mothers and fathers, you know what I'm saying, are actually literally in the fields, growing the fruits and vegetables and the produce for all of these big major corporations that own these damn grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we the ones that's cursing these cities and in these fields. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. It says, verse 17, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store. How many black businesses have they decimated in our communities? You know what I'm saying? You got mom and pop chicken shops that's supposed to exist all over black communities, all over Latino communities, all over Native American communities, but it don't exist. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Our businesses last what, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years and get shut down because KFC keeps thriving. KFC is going to keep building different buildings and having new chains and franchises popping up in all of these black neighborhoods. Meanwhile, your mother and your father business that they grew from the ground up is getting decimated. You know what I'm saying? Because these corporations and these businesses don't give a damn about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. It says, Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. What's the fruit of your body? Your children. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, our children are the ones that's doing the crimes in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Our young brothers and sisters is the ones that's selling drugs. Our young brothers and sisters is the ones that's murdering each other, lining each other up to get robbed. You understand? The fruit of our body is cursed in this empire. You know what I'm saying? And all of these is signs and symptoms of being in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. And the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy king, and the flocks of thy sheep. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we live in the ghettos. We don't live on our own land. We live in the projects. We live on blocks. We live in small, tight living quarters, you know what I'm saying? To where we barely got enough room to even have a family in the little ass apartment that we live in, let alone have some animals, let alone have some livestock, some sheep, some cows, some bulls. We don't have any of this. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in the hood. We live in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no farms where we live at. You know what I'm saying? We got grocery stores where our brothers and sisters are the cashiers working at these damn grocery stores. Meanwhile, your oppressor is getting millions and billions of dollars off your people because we just live in the hood. We don't know a goddamn thing about farming. We don't know a goddamn thing about taking care of livestock. We don't know about any of that. You know what I'm saying? All we know is selling drugs. All we know is gangbanging. All we know is killing each other. All we know is pimping women. You know what I'm saying? All we know is robbery. You know what I'm saying? That's all we know in the ghetto, right? Excuse me, Salakia. Reading on. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. What's that cursing and vexation? You know what I'm saying? We mad that we living in these ghettos. You know what I'm saying? You get off work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers that was around, that was fathers trying to feed their families in the 70s and in the early 80s, you'll get off work, you know what I'm saying, having a long, hard day at work, and you'll get off work, finna walk into your project building, and who you see outside with all the rest of the hooligans that live in the neighborhood? Your goddamn son. You know what I'm saying? You mad. You vexed. You know what I'm saying? You cussing at the top of your lungs. Boy, what the hell is you doing, man? Get your ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? That's because we live in the ghetto and we are impoverished. You know what I'm saying? We live in the ghetto and the living conditions are so horrible. We ask ourselves every goddamn day. We ask the Lord every goddamn day, why us? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen the movie Minister Society, when the brother O-Dog, Kane's grandpa, called them in the house. He was like, man, do you care whether you live or die? Man, the good God ain't put us here on planet Earth to be killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And selling drugs to each other. And O-Dog was like, man, I don't think God give a damn about us. Look where we stay at, man. It's effed up around here. You know what I'm saying? He was mad. You know what I'm saying? He was cursed. I mean, it's like he was cursing. He was vexed, you know what I'm saying, at the living conditions that he lived in. You know what I'm saying? Living in them projects. You know what I'm saying? Seeing brothers that look just like you, that's from a different block. You know what I'm saying? From a different neighborhood that you got problems with. You know what I'm saying? Brothers don't want to live like this. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, reading on. It says, in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord put us in the ghettos, in the projects. You know what I'm saying? He put us in these horrible living conditions and made everything that we put our hand to fail because we went against him, because we don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, because Christian pastors tell blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, let go and let God. Just pray on it. You know what I'm saying? Give it to God. They don't tell you to change your goddamn life. They don't tell you to stop selling drugs and stop smoking cigarettes and stop whoring out your sisters and stop throwing away your sisters every time you get one of them pregnant. They don't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you that you're not supposed to be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and indulging in these festivities and these holidays in this empire. This is why we live in the projects. This is why we live in the ghettos. This is why our brothers, mothers are strung out on drugs and they being displaced in foster homes, you know what I'm saying, or having to live from relative to relative, or you got young men that's in 15, 16, 17 years old that really has no home because he comes from a broken home and he got to sleep from couch to couch and live, you know what I'm saying, in the streets and sleep in cars and wake up and sell drugs in order to be able to take care of himself. All of this type of stuff happens in the ghetto in the hood is because we went against God. You know what I'm saying? Reading on, verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. What's pestilence? Disease. You know what I'm saying? AIDS, HIV, herpes, gonorrhea. You know what I'm saying? Gout, you know what I'm saying? Heart disease, right? Diabetes. All of these diseases that blacks, Latinos, Native Americans die from disproportionately in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They said it's about 1.6 million cases of chlamydia or gonorrhea. I forget which one, but in America alone. And I'm sure blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we at the head of that number. You know what I'm saying? We the majority of the people that's contracting these STDs, that's contracting these heart diseases, these diabetes, these different health conditions because of how we living. You know what I'm saying? Because of what we're doing and what we're not doing. Because of what we eating, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to us following the dietary laws of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? For our sisters whoring themselves out and brothers allowing sisters to be whore and basically rooting them on and cheering them on to be whores by continuing to sleep with sisters and just throw them away. This is how you get diseases in your community. This is how you get abortion in your community. You know what I'm saying? This is how you get blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans dying at an alarming rate in your community. You know what I'm saying? By not following these law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with an inflammation and with an extreme burning and with the sword, with blasting and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read that slow. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption. That's a plague. That's monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? That's COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? That's HIV. That's AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Read on. And with a fever and with an inflammation and with an extreme burning. You know what I'm saying? That's STDs. You know what I'm saying? That's diabetes. That's heart disease. That's all of the diseases that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans die from daily. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. And with the sword and with blasting. You know what I'm saying? What's that sword? That's the gun today. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the murder rates in our cities are high. You know what I'm saying? Extremely high. There's a state of emergency going on in Oakland right now. Look at Philadelphia. Chicago been in a state of emergency for what, like the past 10, 12 years? You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? What's that blasting? We getting smoked by the police. You know what I'm saying? We getting smoked by each other. We getting killed in this empire. You know what I'm saying? And this all happens in our neighborhood called the ghetto, the hood, the block. You know what I'm saying? The projects. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in our neighborhoods. Why? Because we chose to go against the Lord. You wouldn't live in the projects if you kept the law, statutes, and commandments. There will be no drug dealers in your community because the Bible says that you can't be a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? The Bible said you cannot envy your oppressor or choose any of his ways. Your oppressor, the Caucasian man, woman, and child, they are drug dealers. The Italian mafia brought heroin into the black community in the 50s and in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? I forget which war that was, but they brought them drugs over here. Lucky Luciano, you know what I'm saying? With the help of these so-called Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? That's their way of life. You know what I'm saying? That's how they live, right? Our people, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we got laws against being drug dealers. We got laws against getting into it with a brother and not saying anything to him that's going to build up strife and animosity. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to, if you got a problem with a brother, you're supposed to go to that brother and talk it out with him. You know what I'm saying? But we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Christian pastor said the law is done away with. So that means I don't have to go talk to my brother if I have a problem with him. So what else can I do? I should just murder him. I should just kill him. You know what I'm saying? These law, statutes, and commandments say we can't throw away our women. You like the Lord hates divorce. You understand? But then what happens? You got brothers that sleep with women, you know what I'm saying, throw them away, and she ended up with 4, 5 different baby daddies. And a lot of times it's not the brother's fault. It's because this sister has not been taught how to be chaste. You know what I'm saying? She has not been taught how to be discreet. She has not been taught to shut her goddamn mouth and not be a loudmouth dragging to her goddamn husband, nagging him all the time. Our law, statutes, and commandments are against a woman usurping authority over a man or running the goddamn household. The scriptures say, give not thy strength unto the woman. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American men, we gave our strength to these women to actually run our households while we was out doing whatever the hell we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? While Esau dealt with us and took crafty counsel against the children of Israel and made it to where we became drug dealers, made it to where we became pimps. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because your Christian pastor has not taught you that you're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He lets homosexuals in his goddamn church. And for any real man out there, if you see homosexuals in the church, that's not going to be a place where you want to go. So you're going to stray away from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to go ahead and do whatever the hell you want to do. And here come the enemy. You know what I'm saying? When that household get breaking up, brothers and sisters ain't seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Here go the enemy. Look, you can go ahead and kick dude out, you know what I'm saying, with the tutelage of the Christian pastor, with the woman thou art loose doctrine, you know what I'm saying? Get the brother out the house, you know what I'm saying? They give her welfare. The brother ain't able to see his goddamn kids, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, he ends up going down a life of crime. He end up going to jail or something like that, or possibly get murdered in the streets. And then what happened? You know what I'm saying? Sisters run our goddamn households, and our brothers and sisters, the young ones that's coming up on us, our sons and daughters, they become drug dealers, pimps, prostitutes, and in strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? They become rappers that's rapping about drill music, talking about killing your own brother just because he comes from a different part of your goddamn city. You understand? Because he claims a different gang. Because you a Crip and he a Blood. Because you from Hoover and he a neighborhood. Because you a GD and he a BD. You know what I'm saying? Because you from 63rd and he from O Block. You know what I'm saying? Because you from the Magnolia Projects and he from the Callio Projects. Because you from this part of Harlem and he's from that part of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Because you from Flatbush, Brooklyn, and they from Crown Heights somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you woo and you choke. Then y'all killing each other, you know what I'm saying? Because your father, you know what I'm saying, and like most of our fathers, has given his strength unto that woman to lead the goddamn family because your Christian pastor is not telling you the truth in his Bible. So this is what birthed the ghettos. This is what birthed the hood. This is what birthed the projects. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters fighting tooth and nail for pennies. You know what I'm saying? For scraps, right? Brothers jumping out of their cars and getting robbed by another brother because he got a nice watch on, or because he got a nice chain on, or because this brother looks like he's doing better than him and I feel like he don't deserve it. I'm going to just pull out my gun and take his jewelry and possibly take his life. Look at all of these goddamn rappers that's getting murdered, you know what I'm saying, at the hands of their own goddamn people because we don't know these law, statutes, and commandments. Because we all grew up in the hood without any type of guidance on how to regulate our people and keep the brotherhood in our communities. We get murdered. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. Excuse me, Salakia. Jump down to verse 27. The Lord that will smite thee with the bots of Egypt, and with emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Diseases, once again. You know what I'm saying? Being plagued with diseases, once again. This is all going on in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You know what I'm saying? We mad and we blind. We can't see the future in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, like, when I was a youngster, I used to think like, man, it'll be a blessing to see 21 years old. And that's evil as hell for brothers and sisters to actually believe this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I made it to 21, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of brothers and sisters that we know, they didn't make it to 21, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? We can't even see the future for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have the wherewithal to actually know what's going on and why our people are acting how they acting in these neighborhoods that we put in. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, for the most part, you don't know why your uncle's on drugs. You don't know why your father had chose the route that he chose to end up doing life in prison. You know what I'm saying? You don't know any of this. You cannot see it. You can't fathom the fact that your people live in the ghetto and it's not even your goddamn fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read that again. The Lord will smite thee with madness. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we mad. You know what I'm saying? This is why our brothers and sisters are being murdered by each other. You know what I'm saying? This is why we don't care about selling drugs to each other or robbing each other, you know what I'm saying? Or lining each other up to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Because we mad. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has smitten us with madness, right? And blindness and astonishment of heart. And we appalled at what we seeing, quite frankly. You know what I'm saying? The astonishment of heart, but like we shocked. You know what I'm saying? We're shocked that you can live in such a great and wealthy empire. Meanwhile, you live in the projects. Meanwhile, you live in a goddamn neighborhood where every last one of your partners smoke, every last one of your partners' mama smoke crack, and all of y'all fathers are not around. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all daddies either got murdered or in jail or you don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? We astonished, we appalled at this. And you can tell by the actions of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in these goddamn slums in these great big major cities that we live in this empire. It ain't just America. It's Haiti. It's Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying? I just watched a special about the gangs in Haiti that's going on right now today. Man, they got Dracos in Haiti too. They got cocaine in Haiti too. Look at what's going on in the UK. You know what I'm saying? I just was watching a series called Top Boy. You know what I'm saying? They literally live in the projects just how we do here in America. It's the same everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They sell crack over there too. Brothers and sisters, they might not have the influx of guns that we have, but brothers is getting killed with knives, stabbing each other up and leaving you dead in the dumpster or in the alleyway behind some drug deal going bad. In the projects, in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I think they call them flats out there. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, right? It's the same thing going on over there that is going over here. Jamaica, same way. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying? In Mexico, it's the same goddamn way. All throughout North, Central, and South America, it's the same goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? The Bahamas, it's the same way. Barbados, it's the same goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? Out there in Brazil, where the health conditions of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are ridiculous. If I'm not mistaken, I think Brazil is the number one place where people have HIV at. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, right? Shalom, Lord Christ. We are repeating the year 70 AD and the year 2022, the worldwide takeover of the Roman Catholic. Damn right. Nah, you not 1968. You absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? This is literally 70 AD all over again. This is why this class, this channel, I mean, excuse me, this series is called Nothing New Under the Sun, because this has been going on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into all of that, right? Reading on. Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save you. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the hell we doing here in this empire. You don't know how you're going to pay your rent. A lot of times you don't know where your next meal is coming from. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the hell is going on, right? I'm going to read that again. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in the darkness, meaning you out of your goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? You gonna think night and day is night. You don't know what the hell is going on in your communities. You don't know how you're gonna pay your rent. You don't know how you're gonna pay your light bill. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no assurance on your goddamn life in this empire, right? It says, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. We ain't prospering in our ways. Our businesses are getting shut down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers that think they're gonna make $1 million off of being drug dealers, you might as well give it up because it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sisters think, oh man, I'm gonna be able to strip so I can get myself to college. Meanwhile, you end up working at Food Flex or Safeway some goddamn where. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be a medical assistant some goddamn where. If you want to go to school, right? Most of the time, sisters ended up just doing hair. You know what I'm saying? Having a little hustle here and there and doing all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't prosper in our ways because we do not follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It says, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, where can you find some oppressed niggas at? In the projects, in the ghetto, in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We oppressed. You know what I'm saying? We spoiled. What's spoiled? Spoil is the goods obtained by one nation from another nation after war. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, let me let you in on a secret. You are spoils of war. The Caucasian man, woman, and child have went to war against your nation. And what did they get? They got all your resources. They got everything that you built up in this country. They took all the goddamn gold from the natives. They beat they beat the backs off of the so-called African Americans in this country. You know what I'm saying? We built your White House. We built all of them goddamn slave plantation houses. You know what I'm saying? And what happened in return after we lost that war against our goddamn enemies? They took us, our possessions, and our children from us from Salakia as a spoil. You know what I'm saying? I had a slavery one time, right? It was this older brother, right? I ain't gonna put his name out there or the company or nothing like that, but this brother worked for these damn devils for about 30 something years. He watched this dude son grow up to be a grown goddamn man. Met him when he was probably like 10 years old or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that this devil is a grown man and his father's damn near about to die, the devil's son actually runs the company now. You know what I'm saying? So this brother that's been working for them for 30, 40 years, now he got to answer to the son. This is literally what happened in slavery. You know what I'm saying? When the slave master was about to die, he passed all his possessions on down to the children. This brother today in these times is literally the servant to this goddamn slave master son now. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this brother been working there 30, 40 years or 30, 35 years, and he's still living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on, right? Verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You know what I'm saying? You're going to betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. This didn't just happen in the slave quarters with your slave master raping her. You know what I'm saying? With your slave master creeping in the shed at nighttime and taking your woman out of there and him taking her, you know what I'm saying, on the side of the house or something and having sex with her. This is happening in the black community right now. You know what I'm saying? You got sisters sleeping with other men when they know goddamn well they got a husband already. You know what I'm saying? They got a man with that they got 3 kids by him, and now she got a sneaky link. You know what I'm saying? She got a side nigga, a side piece, boyfriend number 2. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the ghetto. This is how you get sisters with 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? Read that again. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the ghettos. This woman that has children from 4 or 5 different men, when these young brothers grow up without their fathers in the household, they gonna start shooting up the goddamn community. They gonna start selling drugs and have all the neighbors terrified of them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Shamal Thumba Shim Yawashah says the water for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Any questions, go ahead, get up in there, man. I make sure I can answer them for you if I could. You know what I'm saying? That brother that betrothed their wife and 4, 5 different men lied with her. You know what I'm saying? She's raising up these children. The scriptures say a mistress woman shall bring forth monsters. You know what I'm saying? What's a mistress woman? An unclean woman. She gonna bring forth monsters. This is what's going on in the ghetto. Our sisters have not been taught the proper way to actually be discreet, to actually be ladylike, to conduct herself as a daughter of Zion. And then what happens? She has children by 4 or 5 different men because she's being a dragon to each and every last one of them. And then she raised up these goddamn children, and these children become drug dealers on the block. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got a couple more of these scriptures, and then we're gonna break down the ghetto, what's actually going on in our neighborhood. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Like I just said, look, we built up all these slave plantations. You know what I'm saying? We built up all of these goddamn these plantation style mansions down there in Texas and stuff. And meanwhile, we live in Fifth Ward. Meanwhile, we live in Cloverland. You know what I'm saying? We live in a goddamn ghetto where it's crack being sold in front of our goddamn mama house, and the police jumping out on us and beating the hell out of us. You know what I'm saying? And taking our little drug proceeds and taking us to jail. You know what I'm saying? And then our brothers and sisters got to grow without fathers. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we building all of these goddamn houses for you. You know what I'm saying? With you taking all of this goddamn drug money. You know what I'm saying? It's a myth out here in Oakland, right? It was a brother by the name of Felix Mitchell. He was like a big drug dealer in the late 70s and early 80s. He ended up getting killed in federal prison, right? But it's a ongoing myth in the black community if you're around a certain age, you know what I'm saying, or if you dug into that history, that the money that they actually took from Felix Mitchell when they crippled his drug empire, they put a lot of that money into building a lot of those buildings downtown Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's not too far-fetched. Esau gonna take a little, put it in his pocket, make his buildings look bigger. You know what I'm saying? Make his buildings look better. You know what I'm saying? Build up his part of town, you know what I'm saying? With everything that he stole from you. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says, thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Ain't no black, Latino, or Native Americans. We're not living in these goddamn houses that we building for them. We live in the goddamn jets. You know what I'm saying? We live on 34th and 31st and Martin Luther King. We live in Ghost Town. You know what I'm saying? We live in Acorn. We live in Dogtown. You know what I'm saying? We live in Albert Grove somewhere. We live in 85th Village. You know what I'm saying? We live in all of these projects. Meanwhile, we building up these houses for our goddamn slave masters. You know what I'm saying? It says, thou shalt plant a vineyard and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Like I said, the tribe of Issachar, look, man, they grow all your produce at your goddamn grocery stores. This happened during slavery too. You know what I'm saying? Read on. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. You know what I'm saying? Our ox shall be slain before our eyes, and we shall not eat thereof. You know what I'm saying? We built up these corporations and these companies for these goddamn Edomites. You know what I'm saying? And what they do, they buy everything that they want. You know what I'm saying? Off of us working these menial jobs and them paying us pennies. You know what I'm saying? And they buy the best foods. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I had a slavery. And this was a private owned company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Damn right, 6 years. Felix the Cat, you know what I'm saying? From 69 Village. Right? But anyway, I work for a company, a private owned company, right? And I'm seeing that they won't even give me $1 raise. Meanwhile, I'm struggling at home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing most of the work in the goddamn building. But the people that own the company, the father, the son, and the daughter, I'm not exaggerating nor making this up. Dude pulling up in drop top Bentleys, the brand new Range Rover truck. You know what I'm saying? They got all the old school classic cars. They got ATVs just around the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? They got Teslas, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I'm struggling to put gas in my car, but the work that I'm putting in is building up their goddamn company. It's allowing them to live deliciously. You know what I'm saying? While I gotta sit back and eat peanuts. You know what I'm saying? And feed my children McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't got enough money to get no goddamn steak dinner. You know what I'm saying? They just slain the ox before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna eat none of it. You know what I'm saying? It says, thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face. What's an ass? An ass is a horse. You know what I'm saying? Or a donkey. You know what I'm saying? What is an ass or a donkey used for? A horse or a donkey used for? It's used for transportation. Today that will be your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You get stopped in the ghetto, in your neighborhood, around the corner from your projects, you know what I'm saying? By your oppressor, by the slave master, and they take your car violently. You know what I'm saying? They rough you up and beat you up a little bit and sit you in that goddamn prison cell while they take your goddamn car, put it in an impound, and then you got to come up with $600 a day to get your goddamn car out. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the ghetto. This is what's going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Drop down to verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment. You know what I'm saying? We in astonishment. Let me see. The yay always home. It's so sad, not the same anymore. Property level of our people. Yeah, you damn right, sis. You know what I'm saying? The Bay Area used to be certain cities in the Bay Area. Us living like back in the 60s, right? The times of the Black Panthers and all of that type of stuff, you feel me? Like a little bit before they start pushing drugs in the Black community, because let's just keep it 100. Crack cocaine was first introduced to the public in Oakland, California. Why do I know this? I'm from Oakland. My whole family is from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? My father, uncles that's older than him, grandparents, you understand? Certain great uncles and great aunties, they tell me the stories on how Oakland used to be before crack was even in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got along in Oakland. It wasn't like you would call it the hood back then, but it ain't the hood how it is today. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters was not killing each other in Oakland in the 50s and in the early 60s. Before we had drugs in our communities in Oakland, you had hard working families. You know what I'm saying? You had hard working brothers and sisters that provided, but Salaki, hard working brothers that provided for their family, and most of the sisters was stay at home mothers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened in our community because we chose to listen to the goddamn Christian pastor who was a puppet for the slave master. You know what I'm saying? But you absolutely correct, sis. It used to be a lot of prosperity in Oakland. Like back in the 50s and in the 60s, 7th Street in West Oakland used to be a street that was probably like, I want to say probably like a mile long, probably a mile long or half a mile or something like that. But it was a street called 7th Street. Now, 7th Street still stands in Oakland today, but it's projects on 7th Street now. Back then, it used to be thriving businesses. You know what I'm saying? They knocked down a lot of these nice Victorian homes that used to be around 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th Streets in an area that's called Acorn today, which Acorn is the projects today. You know what I'm saying? But back then, before Acorn existed, they had a lot of businesses as far as like skating rings and mom and pop shops. You know what I'm saying? Grocery stores, clothing stores. You know what I'm saying? Boutiques, all of this type of stuff. That was all Black owned businesses. And 7th Street was like, it was like I don't want to say like Black Wall Street, but it was a prosperous area for Black people to actually own businesses in Oakland. And what did the oppressor do? The oppressor decimated all of these goddamn homes. You know what I'm saying? These big Victorian houses, built Acorn, which eventually became the projects, the surrounding apartments, as far as the high-rise apartments, because a lot of people don't know, in Oakland, California, we got one big projects in Oakland that mirrors the projects out there in New York. You know what I'm saying? You see the big tall buildings in the projects in New York. Well, we got that in Oakland, California too. And all of this was by design. It's not a lot of them. It's only one. You know what I'm saying? And it's 3 big project buildings surrounded by basically row houses. They call them Mo houses. You know what I'm saying? Or the Moore houses. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why all of that is designed and it sits right there in the ghettos of West Oakland is because the oppressor decimated all of those Black communities. You know what I'm saying? And then, Salaki, not all of black communities, it decimated that black community, all of those prosperous buildings, and then it built a freeway right smack dab in the middle of that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And then they built a courthouse, and then it's a police station not too far from that. But all of this is like in about a 5 mile radius. You know what I'm saying? And all of this was done by design. You know what I'm saying? Because Oakland, California, just like a lot of other black cities, you know what I'm saying, was prosperous metropolises for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that we can actually thrive in our own communities. But when you take on a culture of your oppressor by becoming Christian, you know what I'm saying, and allowing these goddamn heathens in your community to build up shops, that's when your neighborhood turns into the projects. That's when your neighborhood turns into the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Crack Rock was a silent nuclear bomb killer in all the hoods here in America. You damn right. You absolutely right. Crack Rock was a silent nuclear bomb that decimated every place in America. You know what I'm saying? But you got to understand the history behind that. You know what I'm saying? The history behind that was because they seen the Black Panthers was really on some like, us as black people, let's get together and build up our neighborhoods and separate from the goddamn oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they methods was all the way off. They didn't have no foundation as far as how we supposed to live as a people according to what our God said. And this is why it didn't prosper. You know what I'm saying? But the ideology of let's get away from this goddamn white man, let's get away from these goddamn Caucasians and build up our own communities. This is why they put crack in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia for being long-winded. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into the trap. You know what I'm saying? Because the trap is in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? The trap, the block. You know what I'm saying? The dope spot. You know what I'm saying? Where brothers are selling drugs to each other. This is recorded in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And it's in your neighborhoods today, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and 20. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. The water for the comments. Keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate y'all for helping us push this truth and supporting us. You know what I'm saying? The water to all the new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We've been going up for the past couple months. You know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? For being with us and allowing us to push this truth. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna keep on going. But like I said, the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 20, right? Thy sons have fainted. What does the Lord mean by our sons have fainted? You know what I'm saying? Your son is supposed to be your strength. You know what I'm saying? The one that carries on your legacy. The one that's strong. The one that take care of his body to where he can take care of his brothers and sisters and be some type of protection. You know what I'm saying? This is what our sons are supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So like Oakland was nice even in the 90s around Lake Mare Festival at the lakes. When we tried to come together, they hated that. Yeah. I definitely remember that, sis, for sure. But in the 90s, Oakland was still nothing nice. Trust me, man. I grew up in the 90s, man. Oakland was terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's been terrible since crack. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Salaki, and this is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. You know what I'm saying? Our sons have become weak in this empire. You know what I'm saying? Our sons have become addicted to Percocets, addicted to lean. You know what I'm saying? Excessive alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Not being strong-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? Not allowing strong men of God to actually get in their heads to show them exactly how the hell they supposed to live. They don't give a damn about this. So I guess, sir, do you remember the red fence in the town? Damn, says you old school. Of course I remember the red fence. You definitely old school for sure, for sure. Man, you old school. That man, red fence a little bit. I don't want to say it's before my time, but That's around the times when I was a kid, for sure, for real, for real. Yeah, and you right on topic, sis. The red fence. You know what I'm saying? We this is I'm finna read you the red fence in the Bible right now. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says, "Thy sons have fainted." You know what I'm saying? We don't care about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans actually serving God. You know what I'm saying? We care about being drug dealers. That's what was going on at that red fence. Niggas was selling niggas was selling big bags of weed at that red fence. You know what I'm saying? This is in the Bible. This is recorded in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Our sons have become fainted. You know what I'm saying? We addicted to all these opioids. You know what I'm saying? We smoking this new strand of weed. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers is becoming so caught up in selling a pack or shipping weed out of state. You know what I'm saying? Or going to the cannabis club, you know what I'm saying? And getting that new strand of loud. You know what I'm saying? That what they call it, that za, right? Back then, during yeah, you old school for real, sis, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Back then, red fist time, you know what I'm saying? What they had that tie weed, you know what I'm saying? They had that light, you know what I'm saying? Around the time when purple first came out, you know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff. This is what was going on in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? When we take on the customs of these other people, then you have places where you can go buy your goddamn drugs from because our sons are faint. Our sons are using these Percocets. Our sons is smoking these different strands of weed. You know what I'm saying? Our sons are indulging and being witches and warlocks. You know what I'm saying? This is what being a sorcerer is. A sorcerer is mixing up potions, you know what I'm saying, and selling it to people, getting them strung out on drugs. This is what was going on. Reading on. It says, they lie at the head of all the streets. What is the head of all the streets? That's the corner. That's the block. You know what I'm saying? That's right there where you sell drugs at on the corner. You know what I'm saying? They did The Wire was about this. They had a TV show called The Corner. You know what I'm saying? Raising Canaan. This is what this is about right now. What's that other show? Um the dude Franklin, Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? At the bottom. Snowfall is about this. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in Black, Latino, and Native American communities. You know what I'm saying? Minister Society was about selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Paid in full, right? All of these different movies and this like and you're right, since all of this propaganda about our people actually being drug dealers became reality. They gave it to you in the black exploitation films in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened in the 80s, in the late 70s and early 80s, and all these type of times, right after the civil rights movement, brothers and sisters start acting out exactly how these so-called Jewish people portrayed that your neighborhoods was. You know what I'm saying? You was a pimp in Superfly. A couple years later, you got pimps in real life. You know what I'm saying? They got drug dealers in the movie The Mac. A couple years later, you got real drug dealers like trying to portray this. You know what I'm saying? And The Mac was a movie that was funded by two brothers named Frank and Ted Ward. That was actually really pimps and drug dealers from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? This is all by design. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. But you can't have a movie about Christ being a black man. You can't have a movie about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans being the children of Israel and us doing all of these wonderful and amazing things. The Passion of Christ got some goddamn cracker on there claiming to be Jesus Christ and portraying that the children of God are white. Meanwhile, you a goddamn drug dealer on a movie Paid in Full. You a goddamn drug dealer in Raising Canaan. You know what I'm saying? You got the Power series where it's all about niggas selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Reading on. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. You know what I'm saying? What they call the young brothers in Philly, they call them young bull. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what they call you in Philly. You know what I'm saying? It's a Salakia. as a wild bull in a net. You know what I'm saying? What's a wild bull in a net? This is a young dude in a trap. You know what I'm saying? What's a net? A net is a trap. You know what I'm saying? This is literally recorded in the Bible. This is what happens in Blacks, Latinos, and Native American communities. You know what I'm saying? We lay at the head of the streets, meaning we sit on a corner as a young boys, young brothers on these corners trapping. This right here in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And where is this going on at? This going on in the projects. This going on in Magnolia. This going on in Pompano Beach, Florida, where Kodak Black from. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in O Block. This is going on 63rd. This is going on in North Philly. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in Opelika down there in Miami. This is going on in Liberty City in Miami. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in Orlando, Florida, Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in Toledo, Ohio. This is going on in all of these major cities that Black people live in because we are in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Reading on. It says, they are full of the fury of the Lord. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American brothers, we full of the fury of the Lord. We mad. This is why we killing each other on these corners. This is why Oakland, California is in a state of emergency right now. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, sir. When we did get a movie about Jesus being Black, it was a comedy, Black Jesus. Right. It was a comedy called Black Jesus. I definitely remember that show. And how they portrayed Jesus in that show. Jesus was a goddamn drug addict in that show. This nigga Jesus used to be smoking weed with all the people in the goddamn hood. And they had an episode where they grew some magic goddamn tomatoes and everybody was getting high off the magic tomatoes. And this nigga was doing miracles on how to man, that TV show right there, whoever put that together, man, Lord be with you. Because you was out of pocket for putting that TV show together. You know what I'm saying? And oh, man, that's an evil ass TV show. If y'all go watch that Black Jesus show, I don't know if you can watch it, but go watch it and see the evil about it. You know what I'm saying? See how terrible they portrayed our King Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. They portrayed him as just some dirty homeless dude in the goddamn ghetto that's helping niggas grow weed. You know what I'm saying? Or grow magic tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't tell you that you was supposed to come out of the ideology of America in that goddamn show. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to help them niggas get out of the ghetto. He was trying to help them niggas keep getting high and keep being impoverished. You know what I'm saying? That's what that damn show was about. Salakia. It says, they are full of the fury of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American men, we mad just how the Lord is mad. This is why you got brothers murdering each other. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got brothers leaving their goddamn women and forsaking their own goddamn children from the oppression and the poverty and the just pure hell that we live in this empire. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got rappers like PNB Rock, Draco the Ruler, you know what I'm saying? Slim 400, all of these rappers, King Von, FBG Duck, all of these goddamn rappers being murdered, you know what I'm saying, by other young brothers that's around their same age, you know what I'm saying, and grew up in the same damn conditions as them. Because we are full of the fury of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. It's the trap. You know what I'm saying? This is literally you standing on the corner, trapping a young dude, and you mad, full of the fury of the Lord. You're going to protect all of these illegally gotten possessions with a goddamn gun. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sell drugs all day and goddamn night in front of your damn grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody try to take something from him, you're going to murder him. And if they do have a chance to take something from him, you're going to lie and wait and go spin the block and go look for your ops and go murder him right in your goddamn neighborhood. This is the ghetto in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is the ghetto in the Bible, right? Let's go to child support. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to child support. Because what's going on in the Black community? Black men having children by multiple different women, throwing them away. These sisters getting mad and putting them on child support. Oh, child support is in the Bible too. You know what I'm saying? Child support is right here in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Just like single parent households. You know what I'm saying? Just like us being drug dealers. Just like you living in the goddamn projects. I'm gonna get that next. You know what I'm saying? How you go? Well, uh, the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, what is the staff of your bread? You know what I'm saying? What is the staff of your ear? Kind. It damn sure is ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans across the goddamn world, they understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like, share, comment, share this class to a Christian pastor that you know that's teaching our people BS. You know what I'm saying? Show your grandma this class and show her how young men, the priests and prophets of the Lord, and the ISUPK up under Commander General Yana are actually telling you the truth on how to change your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I still live in the hood right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't live up under the same conditions that I used to live in because Commander General Yana has taught the men up under him in the ISUPK to follow Christ, to change your life exactly how Christ told you to change your life and start living as a man of God. That's how you get out of the depths of hell. You understand? But Salakia, Leviticus 26 and 26, one more time. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, what's a staff? A staff is a big stick that's used for support. You know what I'm saying? Look, think of it like older brother in your family or older person that got to walk with a cane. That staff or that cane is used to help prop them up, but to support them. The Lord has said he's going to break the support of your bread. This is a book written by niggas. You know what I'm saying? Moses was a nigga from the tribe of Levi. You know what I'm saying? And what Moses said was the Lord is going to the Lord is going to break the support of your bread. What's bread, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? What we call bread. It's money. You know what I'm saying? That's chicken. That's cheddar. You know what I'm saying? That's dough. Any other term that you can use for money, depending on what city you come from. If you're from the UK, they call money peas. You know what I'm saying? Because it's short for pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's money. The Lord said he's going to break the staff or the support of your money. You understand? Read on. And why is the money support for you? Because you pay your bills with money. You're able to feed yourself with money. You can buy you a car with money. You can take care of your bills and pay your rent, you know what I'm saying, and buy your kids new school clothes. This is the support that helps you live. The Lord said he's going to break the support of your bread, or he's going to break the support of your money. You understand? Reading on. 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven. Why is it saying 10 women shall break your bread in one oven? This is a brother like the brother Shawty Law. You know what I'm saying? May that brother rise again in righteousness next time. You understand? But this brother had about 10 different baby mamas. NBA Youngboy got about 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? Lil Boosie got about 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of brothers that I grew up with that got about 10, 11 kids. You understand? It says, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven. What is that? That is child support. 10 women are going to divide your goddamn money up, meaning they gonna bake your bread in one oven. You understand? That check, you know what I'm saying? All them child support taxes that they taking out of your check, they gonna divide that up to 10 different women. You understand? But it's coming out of that one check. You know what I'm saying? That's when your oven is being baked in an oven by 10 goddamn women. You understand? And why are they all baking your bread in one oven? Because they all finna get a piece of your bread. You know what I'm saying? That's child support right there in the Bible. Where that happen at? That's in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Someplace in the southern parts of the United States, nigga, you will go to jail if you don't pay child support. You understand? They will literally take you to prison if you don't pay child support. You understand? It says, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. Why are you going to eat this bread and not be satisfied? Because these sisters then took most of your goddamn money. You understand? You went to work for 5 days and worked about 20 extra overtime hours, and you think you about to get $1,000 check. You get the check back, it's $150 on that goddamn check. Why? Because 10 women baked your bread in one oven. 10 women divided your goddamn money because you got all of these kids by all of these different women, and child support came to collect to get them theirs. You understand? And when you eat your bread, you ain't gonna be fooled. When you get that paycheck for $150, when your check's supposed to be a band, you ain't gonna be fooled. You understand? You're not gonna be satisfied when you get that $150. That's what this scripture is talking about. This is child support in the Bible. You understand? Child support right there in the scriptures. And where this happening at? This happened in the hood. This happened in the ghetto. Trust me, I seen it with my own eyes. I got brothers I grew up with, you understand, that get off work and show me their paycheck stubs. You understand? Be like, damn, bro, I can't do nothing with this. And certain brothers had to resort to selling drugs in order to be able to sustain themselves with this little piece of money that they have after these 10 women and bake their goddamn bread in one oven. You understand? It was a story a while back. One brother, I forget where he traveled from, but I believe he traveled all the way to California from the Midwest or the East Coast or something, because his baby mama was getting so much goddamn child support from him that he was not even able to pay his own goddamn bills. Man, this brother drove from one side of the United States to the goddamn other side of the United States and murdered this sister. I am not exaggerating. You can look that story up. You understand? Because he got his bread baked in the oven. You understand? That didn't have nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? They divided his money up, and he went to go murder that sister. You understand? So lucky. Let's get to let me see. Isaiah chapter 42. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the water to the comment for the comments, the feedback, the support. We definitely appreciate it. You understand? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we robbed and spoiled. You understand? Look what's going on in our communities. You got nail salons. You got beauty supplies. You understand? You got laundromats. You got Chinese food restaurants all up and down your community. Crispy, crunchy chicken. You understand? Owned by East Indians. Look at the gas stations in your neighborhoods. You understand? Look at the liquor stores in your neighborhood. I just named all of these goddamn buildings, all of these goddamn businesses, and no blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans own these businesses. You understand? Even a lot of these grocery stores like Mi Pueblo, you understand, and some of the rest of those grocery stores that got Issacharite names attached to them. Unbeknownst to us, a lot of the times, Caucasian men own these restaurants. Yeah, I mean, Skalakia, these grocery stores. But they put a Issacharite name attached to the store and put all Issacharites in the store, you understand, to get the community to back this little store right there in their neighborhood, you understand, because it looks like it's owned by their people. Meanwhile, they reaping the benefits off of your people being in slavery and having to buy from another goddamn nation. You understand? Salakia. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. You understand? Salakia. Let me come back to that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. You know what I'm saying? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord said we're going to have to serve our enemies in want of all things, in hunger. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? You're going to buy your goddamn food from your enemies. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to that liquor store and buy some lunch meat for your screaming hungry children and hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? And chips and hamburger and hot dog buns at the corner store that's owned by a goddamn Arab whose people had a hand in your people being in the sub-Saharan slave trade. You understand? you're gonna have to go buy four chicken wings and fried rice from some goddamn Asians. You understand? Damn right. 1968. You hit it on the head. We are slaves right now in this empire. You understand? I just was having a conversation with a couple of my family members on Facebook. We slaves right now. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you still in slavery because you got to serve your enemies and one for all things. You know what I'm saying? Water come out the goddamn sky, but Esau got a goddamn law that say you can't even catch rainwater or you're going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they want to keep selling you a smart water at the goddamn store for $2 a bottle. For they want to sell you Fiji water for $3.50 for one little ass bottle. You understand? You got to go to work. You understand? And go pay $50-$60 to go wash your goddamn clothes at an establishment owned by people that hate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read that again. It says, therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we robbed and spoiled. You understand? Not only are we robbed and spoiled, we have to serve our enemies in want of all things. You got to buy your goddamn gas from an East Indian. If you don't feel like cooking and you want some good fried chicken, you go to Crispy Crunchy Chicken owned by East Indians, or you got to go to Popeyes owned by the goddamn slave master, or you got to go to KFC, or you got to go buy a hamburger from McDonald's owned by the damn slave master. You understand? You gotta buy your clothes from Nike. You got to go to J.C. Penney. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to Marshalls. You got to go to all of these goddamn places. If you got some money, you go to Saks Fifth Avenue. You know what I'm saying? You might be rocking designer. The name attached to that designer is your goddamn slave master. Not only does your slave master own the clothing line, but your slave master owns the goddamn store that you bought it from. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we oppressed and we spoiled and we robbed. You understand? And this is what's going on in the community. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we worship these goddamn possessions that these people give us. You understand? If you ain't got a Gucci belt or Louis belt, you damn near a goofball. You understand? If you ain't got a Versace belt, you a goofball. If you ain't got no Balenciagas on, you a goddamn goofball. You understand? This is what's going on in the black community. This is what's going on in the hood. You understand? If you ain't got a Cuban chain with some diamonds in it, you a goofball. You understand? Nigga, you broke. You ain't having no money. You understand? We worship the possessions of our goddamn slave masters. Let's get free. You damn right, let's get free. Coming to this ISUBK up under Commander General Yana, and we gonna show you how to get free. You understand? You gonna endure this goddamn hell and live in perfect harmony with your brothers and sisters in this ISUBK until Christ comes. The only person that's gonna save us out of this hellhole is Christ. You understand? So what you gonna do? What can you do in order for you to get free? In order for you to make your election sure, you got to endure to the end. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got to come to class. You got to change your ways. You got to get that Hebrew name. You got to keep going up through the ranks. If you're a sister, you come here and get your Hebrew name and conduct yourself how Sarah did. Conduct yourself how Ruth did. Conduct yourself how all of these righteous sisters in this book did. Deborah. You understand? Conduct yourself like Judith. You understand? Conduct yourself as a daughter of Zion to actually love your goddamn people. That's how we get free. You understand? Brothers, stop selling drugs. Stop celebrating Esau's holiday. That's how we get free. You understand? Go to Passover. Pay your goddamn tithes. You understand? Make sure that you live according to this Bible under the tutelage of the priests and prophets set up by the Lord. These fake Israelites are not priests and prophets set up by the Lord. Your Christian pastor is not set up by the Lord. You understand? IUIC, them purple homosexuals, the rapists, whatever the hell they call, you understand? The Sakari, ain't none of these Negroes set up by the Lord. The ISUBK up under Commander General Yana is the only authorized acronym. Shout out to my brother, Officer Natazan. You understand? We are the only priests and prophets of the Lord ordained by God to wake Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans up. You understand? That's how you get free. You know what I'm saying? But reading on. Book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. We robbed and spoiled. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have built up this economy so goddamn much to where in the early 1900s, they start bringing in the influx of all the rest of these goddamn Caucasian nations, such as the Italians, you know what I'm saying? Such as the Irish, such as Russians. You understand? These Jews that's running from the Holocaust. They brought all of these goddamn crackers and heathens over here to get the resources that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have worked hard and diligently for in this goddamn country. And we ain't get these damn resources. You know what I'm saying? You got the Irish, they run the firefighting industry. You understand? They run that. Meanwhile, all these wildfires in California, who the hell you think fighting these wildfires? It ain't no goddamn white firefighters fighting these wildfires. No, it's niggas in fire camp. You feel me? That got a couple of months taken off of their goddamn prison sentence that they sending out there to risk their goddamn lives. You understand? It's brothers from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's neighborhood Crips. It's Hoovers. It's niggas from West Oakland. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas from Vallejo. It's niggas from the Crest. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas from Fresno. It's Bloods. It's Crips. You know what I'm saying? It's gang members that's actually fighting these goddamn fires for the goddamn oppressor. And the oppressor is getting all the goddamn credit. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, our people, we the ones who risking our lives, you know what I'm saying, to get out of prison, you know what I'm saying, by fighting these fires just to go back to the ghetto, just to go back to drug-infested, poverty-stricken communities that's riddled with bullets. You understand? That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because we have people robbed and spoiled, right? They are all of them snared in holes. You know what I'm saying? What's a hole? What's a snare? A trap. They go to trap again for you in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We snared in holes. We in the trap. You know what I'm saying? We sitting on the block selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, man, it's only one way out of that game. Either jail or dead. You understand? This is the trap that they putting on us, the dope gang. You know what I'm saying? Being a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna get caught. You're gonna go to the feds. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on in the black community, right? Read on. And they are hid in prison houses. Not only are we number one in being in jails and juvenile hall and youth prisons, you understand? And adult prison, you know what I'm saying? Because those are prison houses. But what else is a prison house? Your projects, you know what I'm saying? Your neighborhood, them brick walls that you raised up looking at, you know what I'm saying? Them same goddamn buildings that you lived your whole life, as well as your mother and her mother. You understand? The projects is built by design for you to stay there forever. You understand? That's why they make those apartments so goddamn big in the inside. Have you ever been in the inside of the goddamn projects? It's ridiculous. It's like a home inside of a goddamn apartment. And they do this by design in order for you to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They give you nice big bedrooms in the projects. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice living room. You know what I'm saying? You might have a little back patio. You understand? Trust me. I lived in the projects. I live in the projects right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's going on. They make it nice and comfortable for you. A lot of the projects on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It'd be upstairs and downstairs in the projects. You know what I'm saying? And this is all built by design. You know what I'm saying? It says, and they are hid in prison houses. These projects that we live in, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, this is a goddamn prison house. We are like the conditions of our people are hidden away. When somebody look at what's going on in America, you know what I'm saying? America is looked at as the melting pot, the greatest empire on planet Earth. You understand? They're not showing you in different countries how blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, live in this country. It's an outside prison, sir. Make you comfortable. Yeah, damn right. You know what I'm saying? The project is a prison just to make you comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, you live in these damn projects for generations. Generations. Your mama grew up there. Your grandma grew up there. You growing up there and your goddamn children gonna grow up there. You understand? Because we are people robbed and spoiled. We are hidden away in these prison houses that they call projects, that they call the hood. Down there in Atlanta, they call them the apartments. You understand? Oakland City, the apartments where Lil Baby is from. You understand? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The first projects to ever be constructed in the United States was called Techwood down there in Atlanta, Georgia. You understand? And there was so much goddamn evil going on over there. It's ridiculous. Bankhead. You understand? All of these different projects, right? Reading on. They are for a prey, and none delivereth. You know what I'm saying? We the prey to these racist police officers in our community. You understand? They're the jump out boys. They pull up on your block and jump out on you and chase everybody. As soon as they catch you, they gonna beat the hell out of you. You understand? Then they gonna take whatever money that you got, you know what I'm saying, and throw you in jail. You understand? You're gonna be facing years and all of that type of stuff. You don't have money because you're people robbed and spoiled, so you can't get a good goddamn lawyer. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna go from your project to another goddamn project called Folsom Prison. You're gonna go from your projects, you're gonna go from Acorn Projects, you understand, to you living in San Quentin for the next 4 or 5 years. You understand? To you going to Chino, to you going to Pelican Bay. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how many points you got, you understand how serious your crime is. You understand? Or how many write-ups you got. You understand? Whether you got a gang enhancement or not. You know what I'm saying? All of this is going to play a factor, and you going from this project that you grew up in on the streets to you going to go live like that in the project behind the walls. You understand? It says, they are for a prey, and none delivereth. Can't nobody deliver us out of the hands of these goddamn Edomites. Nobody's delivering us out of the hands of our oppressors. You understand? We ain't being delivered from these hellish conditions that we live in the hood. You understand? Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, did none of them get us out of the ghetto. You understand? They like Martin Luther King said, he had a dream that little black boys and white girls can grow up together and live perfect harmony, and you ain't gonna be judged by the color of the skin, but the content of your goddamn character. When the hell did that dream come alive? Never. You still got O Block till this 2022. Martin Luther King died, I believe, in 1968. When the hell is this dream gonna come true? It's never going to come true. You understand? Why is drill music at an all-time high and all of these rappers are being slaughtered? Because this dream is never going to come true. Because we the people robbed and spoiled, hidden away in these goddamn prison houses. You understand? It says, and none delivered for a spoil. You understand? We are spoiled. We are goods from the goddamn war that your oppressor has waged on blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? They own us. You build up to their goddamn communities by you working in their businesses and their factories and them paying you pennies on the dollar, and you keep them rich. And then where do you go after you get off work to go to sleep for 4-5 hours? You understand? You got 20-30 minutes to deal with your kids. You got a couple minutes to eat some food and watch a little bit of TV. Then you got to go to sleep to get your ass back up to go work for these goddamn crackers again. Then when you get off, where you going? You're going to those projects. You going back to the neighborhood where they're selling drugs in front of your mama house. You understand? You might slide past your neighborhood or the street that you live on, and it's taped off because some young brother got his head blown off because our brothers are mad and angry at each other because of the conditions that we live in. You understand? Meanwhile, Martin Luther King dream, it's never going to happen. He had that dream. Your oppressor don't have that dream. Your oppressor's dream, it has come true. Your oppressor lives in heaven. He don't live in the projects like you. Matter of fact, it might be 1 or 2 Caucasians that live in your neighborhood. You give them the nigga pass, let them call you nigga. You allow him to be a gang member with you. You know what I'm saying? It's 1 or 2 of them. I ain't grow up with none of them, but it's 1 or 2 of those in a lot of brothers' neighborhoods. You understand? You get him a pass. He a nigga, he black like us. Nah, no, he ain't. He's just one of them unfortunate white people. But what happened to him does not happen to the rest of his nation how it happens to you and the rest of your nation. They don't live in the projects as a whole. You understand? Uh, the Caucasian family, what they got? Look that statistic up for me. The median income for black people versus white people. You know what I'm saying? They make whew, when I get this study right here, you're gonna be like, Jesus. You understand? They don't live how you live. You know what I'm saying? They not spoiled like you. You know what I'm saying? Caucasian people live in America because their forefathers raped, robbed, and murdered and enforced slavery on natives and so-called African Americans. You live here because you're a product of that slavery. You understand? It's way different. You know what I'm saying? They did redlining. You know what I'm saying? This redlining is a direct one of the direct reasons why you live in a goddamn ghetto. Dr. King also admitted before he was killed that he believes he may have mistaken led. Damn right. He definitely said that he made a mistake and he might have integrated us into a burning goddamn house. You understand? But the cold part about that is the nigga knew the house was on fire before he let us in there. The nigga knew, like, the nigga smelled the smoke around the corner before he even seen the goddamn house and didn't warn you. He didn't care about that. All he cared about was sleeping with white women and being able to dress and act like his goddamn oppressor. You got that study for me? Wow. It says, for the mix. Shit. Look at here. The median wealth of single white men under age 35 is $22,640. Is 3.5 times higher than that of single white women. Nah, this ain't the one I'm looking for. That ain't the one I'm looking for. It was the Oh, here we go. Here we go. The water. Give me 1 second, y'all. Mm, I ain't got enough time. Please find that phone. You understand? But blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled by the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? His puppet, the goddamn pastor, niggas like Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson. You understand? To adhere to their laws. You know what I'm saying? Indulge in a lifestyle, and from the 40s, from the roaring 20s. You know what I'm saying? When our people had black metropolises in this country, you understand? We went from that. We went from Black Wall Street to Marcy Projects. You understand? We went from Seneca Village, you know what I'm saying, to Acorn. You know what I'm saying? Our people went from being an industrial people to the mob dropping off heroin and narcotics in our communities, and our people being strung out on drugs disproportionately. We went from about 70 something, I think 80 something percent of married couples in our communities to staggering what, like 20 some percent, something like that today, 30 some percent. You know what I'm saying? We went from our people actually being a people to us being lower than a goddamn rat in this empire. You understand? Our communities went from being metropolises for black people to be able to thrive and prosper to us living in the goddamn ghettos, right? White families have the highest of both median and mean family wealth. 188,200 and 983,400 respectively, figure one. Black and Hispanic families have considerably less wealth than white families. Black families' median and mean wealth is less than 15% that of white families. at 24,100 and 142,500. Come on, man. Like the oppressor's household receives about 120 more thousand per year than blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans household. 120 some thousand more per year. You understand? Black people, we destroyed. This is why you live in the ghetto, because you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You love shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. And when I say you, I'm talking about the Christians of the world. I'm talking about the people that think that the pastor is a man of God. You understand? You live in a ghetto because your Christian pastor loves his goddamn slave master. You understand? I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Lord willing, I'm gonna do a part 2 of the ghetto next week. You understand? The water for y'all tapping in. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Thumb Bashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This concludes another episode of Nothing New Under the Sun. Lord willing, we're going to do a part 2 next week on Sunday around the same time, 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Pacific Standard Time. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Share this class with your mama that don't think that the men of God are rough and angry. Share this class with your cousin that think Jesus is a goddamn white man. Share this class with your Christian pastor that ain't told you how black people can get out of hell. You understand? Share this class with a white person, you understand, that understands or have a little bit of understanding about what's actually going on in this empire, and ask him some questions, you know what I'm saying? Get his feedback, get his input, you know what I'm saying? And y'all come to the class next week and give me y'all experiences with people that y'all telling this truth to, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, shalom, Israel.